morning. It is the end of May. As per usual, we're always like, how is it the end of May? How is it June this weekend? But nonetheless, we're glad to have you join us today for our Little Guide Live. My name's Carrie Doman. I'm joined by Carrie Budzinski. Every month, last Thursday of the month, we record, and sometimes we have amazing guests, which we do today, and we just talk about what's been happening, what's coming up, what's on the horizon for the next month ahead. And for now, what's on the horizon for the summer, which is phenomenal. It's our favorite season at Little Guide. See, there are a couple seasons at Little Guide. Winter, we're coming off winter. It's a very busy season for us because we are looking for things to do, as we all are as parents. And now summer, it's so busy because there's so much to do. So we are staying super busy, very excited to hit the town and go out and about, but also excited to hear where you guys are going. So please, as always, tag us in your adventures. Tell us what's good, what's new, what's out there, what you're enjoying, so that we can get out there and cover it. So good morning, Carrie. You look
How are you?
right.
I have my lip bar. If you ever wonder about the things that we share, we are sincere in our support. So we had a giveaway for Mother's Day about the lip bar. We shared our visit, and I've been washing my face ever since.
On a disgusting note, yes, Carrie and I were
It's been going great. So yeah,
keeping it real. I shouldn't say disgusting. Keeping it real here. It doesn't always happen.
I mean, I wash my face, but normally I don't use product. I just wash my face. I mean, like.
I can't
But
say
anyways,
take my
that's
makeup
aside the
off.
point. The skies are blue. I'm excited.
Yep, we went down just as a quick add on to that. Lip Bar is Detroit based, female owned. They have their new flagship store is on Woodward Avenue next to Shinola Hotel, my favorite San Morello restaurant. So it's
I
right
recommended
here.
that to somebody the other day.
Oh, you can't go wrong. Someone told me yesterday, Garth, he was like, you know what? Because of you, I go downtown all the time with my wife and we love San Morello. His pick, he said they have, what did he say? The best Caesar salad, I think they said. I'm a sucker for Caesar salad. So, anyways, there's that little tidbit if you're looking for a date night. But summer is here. We are going to get to all the fun things, but first we're going to start off with, we have two guests today. Very excited. They're two of our favorites. They keep us busy every day. We're going to kick it off with Goldfish Swim School because even though we are at the end of May, it is National Water Safety Awareness Month. Say that 5 times in a row, but I may not be able to, but Rebecca McGregor will be. Thank you for joining us. She is the VP of Operations at the Ann Arbor School. Thank you. Hi, welcome.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah. Rebecca, you yourself are a mother, if I do recall, right?
Yeah, I've got 4 boys. They keep me busy. 4 of them.
Yes, that's a lot. Yeah. I have two, and it's a lot.
I have 3, and our third has made it very clear she is our last. She was always going to be our last, but she is definitely making her mark as the last. So you win, Rebecca. You win. Gladly giving you that title. But yeah, what first and foremost, what got you into starting Goldfish like in Ann Arbor? What made you what drew you to Goldfish?
Yeah, I actually grew up in the Rochester area, and so I was going to school there, going to college. I was coaching for a team called Utica Shelby Swim Club. I loved it. I was always in the water. I was a nanny. I loved being with kids. So I started working at the first Goldfish Swim School in Birmingham. I was a swim instructor. I absolutely loved it. We joke at Goldfish that you're really in it when you start having dreams about goldfish, and it was happening to me. So I got involved with a group of people that were going to be opening the Ann Arbor location, and I was able to jump onto their team after learning so much at the Birmingham location. Had some really great mentors there. Got to work really closely with Chris and Jenny McQuiston, and they're so great. great. So I was able to go over to Ann Arbor, kind of carry on that culture and the traditions from Goldfish Birmingham over to the Ann Arbor location when we opened, like 12 years ago. I think we're coming up on 13, maybe. It was a while ago now.
Awesome.
So I was able to move over there, and since have also helped open several other locations in some surrounding states as well. So I just really loved the water and was able to get into it and have been there ever since.
I love it.
Well, I've been to the Ann Arbor location because when we had our Goldfish Swim party, I was there with my kids, their friends from school and soccer, and it is a lovely location. It really has those beachy vibes with the what's it called? Cornhole and canopies, and you guys made the icy snow cones that were like such a hit. So you guys, it's a great
I was actually
location.
jealous of yours. Don't tell the others, but I was jealous. It's like I had shaved ice, and I was like, and the Goldfish, the mascot was there. I was like, man,
Yeah.
stepped it up.
General
Well
manager at
done.
that location, his name is Jeremiah, and he loves a theme. He really loves to get in there with a theme. He's really great.
Tell
And
him
it
to
was so
come on
sweet when
over.
the kids kept going for more snow.
Just start giving it no sugar. Just start giving them shaved ice.
Yeah.
But yes, as we mentioned, May is National Water Safety Awareness Month, but in reality, every month is it. I mean, obviously, we share your passion for water safety, and already you're, gosh, I even hate to say it, but already you're seeing stories from the local news, anywhere, that just water safety as these beaches are opening up, as the pools and water parks are opening up, just how critical being aware of the water and how to how to perform when you're around it, or how to act around it. Asking to go into the water before there's so many things that you guys teach that this time of year it's critical as we look to the summer months. So what are you guys doing? I know you have a lot of programs. My favorite, I love that you guys started this. My favorite is if you're not aware yet, I mean, you are, but if our audience isn't aware yet, if you have a baby 6 months and under, you can go to any of the local 8 Goldfish Swim Schools and have free swim lessons. I love that new program.
Yeah, it's such a great initiative that we started. We're so excited to get babies in the water earlier. We've really seen, and I personally have seen from my own children and from so many years of doing this, that kids have better learn to swim outcomes when they start early. So when they get that early introduction to the water, when you get them in there, the parents in the water with them, and they are getting comfortable in the water, they're learning how to respect the water from a really early age. And we all know that once kids get to 12 months, 18 months, they start to form their own opinions about things, and they might not like something. But when you start with the water so early, and you in those baby classes, you learn a lot of tools that you can take home and use in the bathtub and use in the pool when you're swimming outside of Goldfish. And when you're able to use those tools, you can really prevent a lot of that fear and anxiety that some kids end up building up. We sometimes get kids into the pool at 2, 3, 4 years old, and at that point they've already built up so much fear, so much anxiety about what swim lessons might be, about what's going to happen in the water, that we have to overcome that barrier before we can really even start learning how to swim. So preventing that barrier from ever really building up is kind of key here to make sure your child has really good learn to swim outcomes.
That makes so much sense. I never really thought about that way, but it makes so much sense. It just starts it earlier and kick starts it earlier. Speaking of kickstart, let's jump over to jumpstart. Because in the summer, I know we hear a lot about in school the summer slump, summer slowdown. But that can happen. I think a lot of people are like, oh, I'll take lessons all year round, but in the summer I'm going to pause. But their skills can diminish so quickly. So can you talk to us a little bit about, summer classes, but also the jumpstart clinics that you guys run specifically in the summer?
So like you said, that if you stop the learning, the stop the lessons, that reinforcement of the skills every single week, they can start to slide and the kids will start to lose those skills. It's also so important as a parent that you're going to swim lessons, or an adult in the child's life is going to swim lessons with them every week, to watch and make sure they're keeping up on their skills, so that when you send your child off to camp or to grandma's or to a friend's house and they're going to be in or around the water, you can be confident knowing they haven't forgotten. Like, they know what they're supposed to do if they fall in the pool, if they fall in the water. Now, some kids, maybe you weren't able to have them in lessons during this past spring, during the winter, and you need to do some catch up. We've got a really great program called Jumpstart Clinics, and it's really accelerated progress. So your child's going to go to swim lessons every day. I personally have my kids doing 2 weeks in a row this summer because I've got some going off to sleepaway camp, and I just want to make sure that they really know what they're doing. So we're going to cram in some Jumpstart Clinics, get some accelerated progress in there. And then I'm doing it for my 3-year-old as well. He's not quite as far along as I want him to be for the summer. So we're starting off the summer with a Jumpstart Clinic, get really up to speed so we can really enjoy the water the rest of the summer. So that accelerated progress is so helpful. And all of the locations around Metro Detroit, including Ann Arbor, are all running Jumpstart Clinics all summer long.
That's amazing. Yeah, I think that consistency is so helpful. And like you said, when you know you're coming up on a vacation or something, how brilliant to do that and have that consistency and focus on the water and safety and the skill building right before you leave. I think it makes everyone feel a little bit better.
Exactly. Having it top of mind is priceless.
Yeah. Yeah. Carrie, you told us that we have a couple team members that take lessons at Goldfish Swim School at different at the various locations, and one of our team members, let's give a shout out.
Yeah, Mary, she graduated to level 5. Very excited for her. So, they love their Goldfish Swim School classes, and especially proud. Like, she posted the picture with her certificate and, in front of the goldfish sign. So big shout out to Mary for her awesome accomplishments. I'm very proud of you.
That's
Yeah.
amazing. Congrats to Mary. That's so exciting. I think one of the great things about our program is that kids can graduate at their own pace, like whenever they're ready, and sometimes things just like click for them. Like, you go in 1 week and they've been struggling with the same skill for 3 weeks, and you go in and then like click, boom, they've got it and they're just ready to move up. And I think that's really great.
Yeah. And I from a parent standpoint, the flip of it, what I think is really great that you guys do is that you do celebrate it. Like, you give them a ribbon. You did, like, I know it might be different locations where you used to get ribbons, and I love that. I think then they're so proud and they want to take the picture and share it. So that just feeds that confidence and also the excitement to keep going and excelling.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. Well, fun summer ahead, but yes, with so much water out there, and we certainly at LittleGuide are telling you all about the pools and the splash pads and the water parks and all of that, but included in all our articles are the first and foremost water safety. Last thing I want to talk about, because this is something I'm really crazy about too. I know sometimes we'll go to a pool or we'll go to a friend's house. I actually think the friend's house are sometimes more dangerous because you're just like, someone's watching them. Can you talk a little bit about some of the tips that you guys have of when you are out, what you can do? My favorite tip that we continuously share, that I know you guys share too, all of my kids have neon bathing suits. One, so I can spot them, right? So I can find them, not only running around everywhere, but also in the pool. Easier to spot, if something were to happen, easier to spot a neon colored bathing suit in the pool. But just any other tips about designating a watcher, things like that we can take away for the summer?
Yeah, that's a huge one. When you're around the water, when there's kids in the water, picking one person that's going to be in charge of the kids that are swimming. And maybe it's going to be 2 people that are in charge because of the number of kids swimming, but really making sure you know who's in charge of watching those kids and keeping them safe. And there's so many other things to talk about here too. You mentioned going to a friend's house. In the summer, actually all year round. When we're going to different houses, it's so important to pay attention to our surroundings. Is there a river? Is there a lake? Is there a pool? How can my child access the water? When we go on family vacations, if we are renting an Airbnb house or anything like that, especially, you know, in the summer, we like to rent houses that are by lakes or by a pool. We make a family safety plan and we have a family safety meeting. I have brothers and sisters, and between all of us, I think we have like 13 or 14 kids. It's a lot of kids that we pack all into one house. And we, at the beginning of our trip, we assess the area that we're in, we see where kids can get to water, and we have a family safety meeting before we even start our vacation, and we make a safety plan. If the house has a lot of doors, and we've got toddlers with us, we maybe will make a decision to only use one door in the house and keep all of the other doors locked so that we don't have to worry about, did I remember to lock the downstairs door? Can the 2-year-old go downstairs and get out of the door and get down to the water without a grown-up? When there's that many kids around, you have to plan for adults to lose sight of the kids at some point, right? It's unrealistic. How many times have our kids gotten into something and we're like, oh, you know, like, how did you even get, it's been 20 seconds since I left the room. Where did you go? So making a plan and having barriers, several barriers of safety, whether it's locked doors, fences, having your kids wear life jackets while you're running around the yard if there's water nearby and you're not sure you're going to be able to watch them all. Just really paying attention and knowing that a lot of drowning accidents happen when you don't expect your child to be swimming. So during non-swim times, the kids can wander off, they can get access to water. So making sure you're paying attention to where kids are, you've got those barriers happening. And if a child goes missing, if you all of a sudden are like, oh, where did the 2-year-old go? Check the water first, always go straight to the water, make sure there's nobody in the water, and then continue looking for the child.
Becca, I'm like, oh,
I know it's stressful. Water is
it's so
stressful.
stressful. It's so, I get so nervous. I'm like, I am your #1 fan and #1 customer because I'm like literally getting chills. I'm like literally taking notes because my whole family is coming together on a trip soon, and and I feel like my parents are the worst. It's like, they're like, oh, they're so, I'm like, no, they're not the worst.
Baby
Go
babies,
another
you
way.
know?
Like, you can't do that. So I love that. I'm going to take that one, and I do that because they have a walkout basement too.
Yeah.
And my mom always has all the doors open. Like, you can't do that. We can't do that. Like, my
Gotta keep
2-year-old
them locked.
is a flight risk in the best of circumstances. So yeah, okay. I'm taking that to the house because we're all staying in the same house and there is a pool there, and I am making that rule. And I think you're right, like the whole family, because we have older cousins and we have younger cousins, and the older cousins have to be in on it too. They're actually the ones. They're the ones that like actually follow. It's my dad. Then I'm like, Dad, let's go. So
And it
keep
I
takes
was
being
gonna
a,
throw on,
oh, go
what?
ahead.
I was just gonna throw in my PSA about the life jackets and making
Oh,
sure that it's an actual flotation device and not a fashion statement, which I learned the hard way,
Oh,
that the Speedo
not
life
too
preserver,
hard, but she just
not,
got
not
called
too
out,
hard,
which is
not
in a
too
good
hard.
way. Yeah, thankfully we didn't have any issues.
He
But
jumped into a pool and was not,
yeah, Coast Guard
I was
approved
right
life
there. I was
jackets are really, really important. And also not being afraid to be the drill sergeant. You know, if there's one thing my family knows me for, it's that I'm going to be insane about the rules and I'm going to come after you if you leave the door unlocked. I'm not going to let it go. I'm really laid back about everything else except water safety and car seat safety. I'm pretty crazy about that too. But water safety, you know, being the squeaky wheel, being the broken record over and over and over again, so that everybody in the family can develop those same water safety habits that we as moms have.
yeah, I love it. Thank you so much. I know we're on the tail end of the month, but this is so timely as we all look to the summer months, not only going out, but vacations. I literally just took so many things away from this conversation. So if nothing else, I'm grateful for your time on the cusp of going on these vacations, and certainly being wiser for it. So thank you so much for your time today and your expertise. We're so grateful for our partnership with Goldfish Swim School. Again, if you are looking at swim classes, Goldfish Swim School has 8 locations throughout Metro Detroit, and if you have a newborn, get your baby in there. That is so cool. I love it. 6 months and under, free swim lessons, but all year round. Get your kids in there, because if this didn't, I hate to say scare, but if it's, it's water
Reality.
is reality. And so reality is that this is a life skill that you're giving your kids. And we can't tout it enough. So thank you, Rebecca. We hope you have a great rest of the day and summer ahead. And yeah, keep
Thanks so much for having me.
those 4 boys busy.
I will, or they'll keep me busy at least.
Yeah. Let's be honest.
All right. Have a great summer.
Thank you. Bye. Oh my goodness. So much to think about and so much to take away, but we're not going to dwell too long. We have one more guest, and then we're going to get on to all the fun summer stuff. But today we are also joined by Trevor. What?
Go ahead. I was just gonna say we're gonna jump into football. That's I
from
can't.
swimming to football. We're
can't
hitting
wait.
all the sports today, and we are joined by Trevor Duff, who is joining us from NFL Flag. We are huge fans of your league. We have been doing it for years, and one of the coolest things I will say is I have 3 kids. I have a 7-year-old boy, 5-year-old boy, and a 2-year-old girl. And I'm telling you what, that 2-year-old girl is coming for you. And I love that you guys make such a concerted effort to get young girls involved in NFL Flag. Let's see, what's it say? Female. I love it. Trevor, I knew you were my friend. So anyways, that's my introduction to you, Trevor Duff. Thanks for joining us. How are you?
I am doing well. I'm doing well today. You guys put an awesome endeavor here. Great to hear about all the swim safety too. And, that's super important, just in, safety important. So I'm glad to hear everything. So
thanks. Thank you. And thank you for joining us. We're excited. As I said, we have a couple of our kids in and coming to NFL Flag,
Yeah.
but tell us about, I could answer these questions, but I want to hear from you. Why NFL Flag? I know there's a lot of programs out there, lots of different sports out there. What is it about that flag football that is, and again, I can answer these if you would like, but because I just think there's so many skill building tools that you guys teach. But tell us a little bit about flag football and what you guys are teaching, and a huge part of it. What are the benefits of flag over tackle? That's a softball.
That's a softball, we'll say there. But I think the kind of the biggest thing is flag is for anyone, boy, anyone that can play flag. Again, my females in flag is it's a huge thing that is growing, that is going to grow across the whole country, hopefully within the next couple of years. And just saying, football's not just for boys, and football's for anyone that wants to play. So I think that's the best thing about flag football in general, that anyone can come and try it and figure out what is best. And I'm sure your 2-year-old is going to be very good right away, because the girls at the young age usually dominate the boys, and the boys get jealous. And I'm like, they're just, they're just better for right now. And that's kind of the best thing. And with NFL Flag is just, most of the programs, it's a convenient program. 2 hours a week on a Sunday is super convenient versus, practicing during the week, and everyone has 17 activities going on during the week. If I can just offer 2 hours on Sunday, it keeps families convenient, and they don't have to, spread themselves too thin. Hey, I'm committing to NFL Flag. It's 2 hours on Sunday. I'm good with that. When you get multiple kids, it could be a little bit more time consuming, but that's just the case where it's easier.
We're used to it. When we have multiple kids, you figure that part out.
Yeah. 2 hours.
I will totally vouch for that. We signed up for baseball this year and flag. We're doing both, but I'm like, baseball, oh my God, it's 3 days a week. It's my rookie year of doing this. So I was like, for both boys, I was like, oh my gosh. And then you just show up on Sunday, 2 hours. And I'm like, this is glorious, man. 1 day a week, 2 hours, we're in and out. He had fun, he ran, so yes, I can totally vouch for that. I'm like, this is intense. This is intense in a different way. They still, that activity still, I love it too, as you said, where anyone can play. My oldest, he once said, I'll just put it this way. He once was like, yeah, they like, he's watching the older kids. He's like, they like come at you. I'm like, yeah, hon, so flag is perfect for him because we're not gonna, he's not the next, he's not the next football player, NFL player, but he really enjoys it and he loves running and seeing the routes and he's smart and he can read it's just like watching the plays that the other teams get. So that's the aspect I'm coming from. And that's where I totally agree. And I love that. Even if you don't think you want your kids to be in tackle football, or even if you think that football is not like, I wouldn't say that's, going to be his long-term game plan. Regardless, he's really enjoying it now and has for the last several years. So I totally agree and love that piece of advice.
I think it's a great thing introduction to like football in general too. That's because obviously with the benefits of playing flag before you get into tackle, you learn a little bit about football in general and learn about different things, footwork, and just teaching the fundamentals of the game before you get into tackle. And obviously there's some like it's only incidental contact that happens. There's no intentional contact or anything like that. So the kids can be, get some of the fundamentals down before they get into the different fundamentals they'll have to deal with contact football. But again, this flag goes all the way up to 8th grade. So if a participant doesn't want to go into tackle until they hit high school, they have that option at all of our locations. So that's the best feat that you can have, because because a lot of people are getting just uncomfortable with it, and just because contact and injuries happen way too often, and if they can prevent it as much as they can before they get to that next level, that's great. And flag presents that option where you can prepare and prepare, because if every parent wants to prepare their kid for the next step, and preparing for contact is like a whole different thing. But if you can prepare him to say, him or her to be safe before going into that next sport or next tackle thing, it's gonna be important.
Yeah. I'm also a big believer in just kids knowing how to throw a ball, catch a ball. Again, like they're actually really enjoying baseball, but my husband's like, why are they never really expressed interest. I'm like, they need to know how to hit a ball. They need to know how to catch a ball with the mitt. They need to be able to catch a football, throw a football. I don't know. That's just how I was raised. Not everyone does, but and even basketball. So we have spread out. Carrie thinks I'm crazy because I've done all the sports. But like shooting a hoop. It goes across the board. I just think that learning the game and the fundamentals and ultimately it makes watching football so much more fun for them. And one of the things I love about NFL flag is that they're real teams. So they're like, we're on the Lions team, or we're playing the Lions, or we're the we're the Raiders. All these, you have the real teams, the Chiefs, and where they get excited. And then when it's on, because we've played in the fall league too, where then when you're watching, you're like, that's my team. My 4-year-old at times like, that's my team, and you're like, yeah, it makes it more exciting when they're watching the actual NFL.
I completely agree with that. Yeah, that's the most exciting thing, when they can say, oh yeah, that's my team, I'm representing it. That's the best thing. Like the jerseys have gotten so like upgraded over the years, where these kids are really cool. They're cool jerseys. I'm jealous. I'm like, where was this when I was a kid? And I needed this jersey. So and these kids are just like, it's so exciting for them to like, they get so excited after everything they do. They could pull a flag, they could they could hand the ball off, and especially at the younger age, you get so much excitement. Especially the 4-year-olds, they are so exciting on things. And then it's always nice to go out there and see that, just how the smiling face at the end, because parents are very excited and very passionate about it, but seeing the kid's smiling face at the end of the day, scoring a touchdown or just pulling a flag is the best thing. And, flag football teaches so many different things, so many great things, just like teamwork. All youth sports does that. And the teamwork, and just be able to talk to other kids and meet some new people, get some more friends, and then hopefully build a team out that has some fun throughout the years. So
Yeah. And I'll say this about, we're all in these different leagues or different sports, and there's always a fee and what are you paying for? But what I also love about NFL flag is you have real referees, like they're out there and they are legit. And sometimes they're kids, but they're still like they're passionate about it, and they're standing up for the calls that they make, and they're doing a great job. That you guys are real big sticklers, and it's good. I'll say this as a two-part. You're very big sticklers on they always have to wear their mouth guard, which is very good. So this flip of that is when you're a parent and you forget the mouth guard, you are also very good at always having mouth guards available for sale. Venmo, here's my credit, like here it is, give me it, I'll run it back out to the field because we forgot it. So just reiterating that safety, you guys put safety first. You're not letting things slide where, like just that one time it could we've lost some teeth on the playground. So we have I can appreciate this rule. But the flip of it is you make it very easy to follow it if you forgot the mouth guard. So things like that, you really go above and beyond, and I think that it makes the program and the league just so legitimate and such a fun experience for the kids, but really enjoyable for the parents as well.
absolutely. The best thing with those officials, some of those officials have played in our leagues before. They just aged out of our league that we operate, and they want to come back and, give back, and obviously, care about the kids. Like they were in that same thing, maybe a few years ago, they were playing and they were passionate about it. And now they get to put their passion back on the field as a ref, and, sticking up with their calls, and, making sure the kids all wear their mouth guards, because we all know you bring two because one's going to one of them is going to chew through it the entire game and then be like, Mom, my mouth guard's gone. And then we're going to be like, here's the second one I brought because of that. So like it just, creates so many, safety is a big thing. And, obviously, that's the biggest thing we want to keep safe with families, because there's incidental contact happens and we don't want them, no one to get hit in the face and be like, we don't want any teeth loss on the playground, because that's not ideal. Because
let me be clear. I said we lost on the playground, not on the field. My kids can do their own damage without anyone around them. No, this happened a couple of weeks ago after baseball practice on the playground, no one even around. So they can do it all on their own, much less, but on the flag football field, they're safe. They're good. No teeth lost there. I also love another thing that you guys make a real concerted effort to put friends together. We have, and we've seen this firsthand, where we are always, our school even has a chat, a nonstop chat, but a chat nonetheless, and we all try to get on the same team, and it always works out. And that's an testament to you guys and how well you organize the teams and take that into consideration. So that's just a personal observation. I'm assuming you guys take great care and trying where you can.
Yeah, that's the best thing we do. Like our team like does an incredible job. And like the biggest thing is, like, if we can accommodate for something, we're gonna try to let you know in that regard before I send something finalized, and so you're feeling comfortable, because everyone wants to play with their friends, whether and that's the end goal, like playing with your friends. And that's why we play youth sports sometimes. Like that's why kids continue playing sports, because they'll tell you you could hate the sport, but the kid says that you love it and they get to play with Johnny every single week. They're going to come out, they're going to have a smile in their face, and that's what it's all about in the end. If the kids are having smiles, and they're having a great time with their friends, you're going to keep doing that sport, because sometimes that fizzles away with other kids earlier, and we don't want that to fizzle away. So that's why it's a big important to, when we, create teams, we're trying to make sure that we can get as many kids together as possible, without not allowing it. So I think
Yeah.
it's a super crucial portion of our NFL flag because it's never ending. Kids want to play with one another, and that's what we're pushing for every single season.
Well, and on the parent side, as a busy parent of multiple, there are some games that we probably wouldn't have been able to get to if it weren't for our neighbor. Be like, hey, can you take them? And likewise, we'll take their kids. So it just makes it easier when you have that built-in community and support system already there. That helps you get to all of the games and the practices beforehand, because you have those parents that you have built the community with where you're like, can we carpool or help out and snacks. I say yes, smile on the face. They love being with their friends, and I swear my kids just come for the after snacks. But on that note, we are so grateful for all that you guys do in all of our communities. Tell us how many, do you know offhand? I know that you have leagues all throughout Metro Detroit. I know we've reported on
2 dozen.
you know?
Yeah, it's over 2 dozen. You guys have a lot of
Yeah.
locations. I think you'll be hard pressed to find one not in your area if you live in Metro Detroit. You guys are incredibly popular. I know we have so many friends who are an NFL flag. It is, such a huge thing right now.
Yeah, you said it, over
Outside
2
the
dozen.
fall.
Yeah, over 2 dozen leagues. Fall registration's open for the fall. So again, over 14,000 kids are playing in Michigan alone over across all of our leagues that we host. So it's a popular sport, and it's gonna grow with the Olympics in
Yeah.
2028 hosting flag football. So it's just the sport is
Hey.
just starting to explode on the scene. Obviously, the NFL has embraced it with the Pro Bowl stuff. So I think
Yeah.
it's just
Yeah.
slowly being, exposed to everyone, and just, hey, everyone's going to give it a try.
Let's talk before we close out. Let's talk a little bit about fall. When does the fall season start? Obviously, you just said fall registration is already open. We will make sure to link that. But when does it start? When are the start and end dates for fall?
So our fall season is going to start the weekend after Labor Day, which is September 7th and 8th, Saturday or Sunday, depending on the location. Most of the leagues are on Sunday, but there's a few Saturday locations in the fall. And it should end October 19th, 20th for the most part. And then just in case there's any crazy weather in the fall, we'll have a makeup date of 26th and 27th in October. So we'll be just done in time before the Halloween season, and just so everyone can go trick-or-treating with an ease there. So, but that's the fall season. All the registrations open now, at deadlines in July 28th. And just, if you don't register by then, there'll be limited spots after that. So get in before July 28th. It's going to be super, we're super excited for our awesome fall season, especially with hopefully some Detroit Lions football doing well as well.
So let's hope. We got some fans here. So,
oh yeah.
Well, thank you so much for your time and insight into everything today. Again, obviously very big fans, and looking forward to our fall season. But we appreciate your partnership, and we'll continue to push out fall registration this summer. As you said, I know it's hard to think about fall right now, but July 28th is going to come, and then August is going to come, and September, and you're going to be like, why did I do this? So do yourself a favor, sign up now. We'll put all the links all throughout our social media and online. You can find more information, and we'll see you out on the field. Thanks again, Trevor.
Thank you too so much, and I hope you all have a wonderful day.
Thanks, you too. We'll talk to you soon. Oh my goodness, all these sports, all these things that keep us busy. All good things though, obviously.
Oh, absolutely. I know Lucas is so excited. And to their point about safety, that's why I was like, he loves football. He's obsessed. If you name a city, he's going to tell you what team he plays there. But I was always like, you can't do content. You can't do football. And so NFL flag is like the perfect option for him. And so he cannot wait. His cousin does it. His soccer teammates do it. So he's hoping to play with his friends too.
That's awesome. Well, speaking of football, you went to the Michigan Panthers game a couple of weeks ago, and that was
And
a
they're going to the
huge hit.
finals.
You're sleeping
Yeah.
on the Michigan Panthers, folks.
We were, and they're going to the finals. They're 7-2, so they have not lost a game. And they'll be playing division rivals, Birmingham Stallions. See, I'm a UFL fan now too. A UFL fan now too, so I can tell you all about it. Mostly, I can tell you that I need us to sign their kicker, because he is just booting it, and the Lions really need him in the NFL. So I'm hoping that there's some kind of agreement that you can't make deals with players in season. So
Well,
the
when
hot
do they
sports
have any
news for you.
playoff games here in Detroit? Because they play
I
at
don't know yet. They do play at Ford Field. I've been trying to figure that out. I know their first like semifinals and finals, and the semifinals is in Birmingham, from my understanding.
Okay.
But the problem is because it's in division, and so it's who's got the higher seed. Again, great football talk, but because they have the higher seed, they get the home game. So, but it'll still be good. You can watch them on TV. Actually, is how we continue to watch the games. So you can watch them on CBS. I can't remember, but it's broadcast. So they actually are live broadcast games, which is more than you could say for the Detroit Tigers. So.
Well, we'll just say this, obviously it's towards the end of their season, but we'll certainly be talking a lot about it next year. Really cool experience. It is at Ford Field. It is professional football, but without the heavy price tag of the Lions. I mean, we love our Lions, but it's tough, with a family of 5, 4, however many you have, it's tough to make those happen. So love also supporting all of the different teams. Speaking of, I went to a DCFC soccer game a couple weeks ago. Such a cool experience as well. So, we are sports town here, and we have more than just our main for professional sports. So think about that. DCFC goes all through the summer. They also have a women's league. They also have sports camps for kids, soccer camps for kids. So it is a vibe. It is so fun. We walked out of there. Everyone walked away with a t-shirt. It was fun. We had a great time. It's very family friendly. So highly suggest checking that out this summer as well.
And development news, they're planning a new stadium right in Corktown by Roosevelt Park, which will just kind of add to the fun things to do in Detroit City proper, where I'm going actually after this, because there's so much fun stuff to do in Detroit. Stemville, which if you've been to their flagship location in downtown Northville, is opening up a location right off Campus Martius downtown. So, I mean, I think that's really exciting because we do have a lot of like family things to do, but we don't have a lot of like indoor, like kid play places that we're used to in the suburbs. So it's a great addition downtown. Super excited to check that out. And afterwards, I'm going to take, so Monroe Street is right off Campus Martius, right on Woodward is Level Up and Remix Detroit, which are Bedrock's latest activations this summer. Level Up is an arcade and roller rink. So the roller rink that normally you were doing outside, you can now enjoy inside, looking out onto the new Hudson building construction. And Remix Detroit, which is free. And it's so cool because you use these balls and you put them on tables, and each table has a different musical instrument. And then you make music. And the fun thing about it is like, when we went first time, there were a couple adults there making, and like there's people who are serious, like my husband. And so, Lucas is just like putting all the balls on the table, and Danny's like, look at how you're changing the music. And like as you remove them. So if you have music lovers, especially adults or children, it's a really cool immersive experience. The music plays, it also changes the lighting in the space. So it's a really cool thing to do, and it's free, which is just always a bonus.
Love it. Well, that's a great segue into everything that's happening and kicking off in June. Obviously Stemville's opening up. That will open officially June 1st, Saturday, June 1st. Saturday, June 1st is a big day, apparently. It is National Dino Day, and it is also National Trails Day. So we have lots of stuff to go, but Dino Day, I mean, if you have dino lovers, this is your summer. I stopped by Dinosauria at Detroit Zoo last week. We were first in line on Friday for the member preview. We were so excited to see it. Such a cool experience. Absolutely recommend heading there, tacking it onto your Detroit Zoo visit. It's well worth it. Your kids will just be blown away. They're huge. They're life size, and which means they're far bigger than us, and just so mesmerizing for these little. So you have Dinosauria at Detroit Zoo. Cackleberry Farms is opening up their Jurassic Park. Another experience for them to not only go to the farm. I think they have a lot of amazing things to do outside of the dinosaur exhibit. So that would be, I'm putting that on my summer bucket list, but it's only in June. The dinosaurs, the
Saturday and Sunday.
are only in June. So get to Cackleberry Farms in the month of June.
Right off the freeway, easy to find. Just take 275 down to Monroe and you cannot miss it.
And so it'll be a good time. On Saturday for National Dino Day, our friends at Cranbrook Institute of Science are having a special event full of dino-tastic activities. So check them out this Saturday if you're looking for something to do. And lastly, Dinosaurs in Motion is coming to the Henry Ford. I believe June 8th is the member preview, June 9th. I'm going off memory. So
You're right.
that's
You're
coming
right.
up too.
Yeah.
So
And the nice thing about the Henry Ford is it's included in general admission. So you can check it out. If you are not a member, the perk of a membership is a membership gives you access to the museum and the village all year long. Big discounts on special events and activities like Salute to America, which tickets are on sale for now, and it's my favorite event. I cannot wait. You get to hear you get to explore the village in the summer, and it's just beautiful, and they have like different music at the different stations, and then the DSO does the concert, and there's fireworks, and it's just beautiful and just slow paced, and I love it. So
well, I'm not gonna lie, I haven't done it yet, but this year we already have it on the calendar. We have our tickets. We are going, mostly because Carrie is just raves about it so much. So we're gonna go check it out. Obviously you're going as well. So yeah, Salute to America. Tickets are now on sale. It's a couple days in July, I believe July 2nd through 5th. God,
yeah,
killing it this morning.
you're on
Really
top of it.
can't remember what I did yesterday, but I got your dates for you folks. But yeah, so dino lovers delight. This is your summer. Have fun exploring. But to that point, summer also brings some really cool new splash pads, and water parks are opening, pools are opening. Most are open, but a lot are still coming in the next couple of weeks. This weekend, next weekend, I think the last weekend, June 15th for maybe Red Oaks, water park, maybe a couple others. But from the next couple of weeks, they're going to be open.
And if you want free fun, Jessica Splash Pad in Novi is awesome. It is definitely the best free splash pad option available. It's brand new. It's large, like play area, but they also have a lot of seating. And it's super easy as a parent to just sit back and watch. They have turf grass too. So if you bring one couple had bubbles with their little baby and they were blowing bubbles, which was super cute. But like if you had a beach ball or things to play with. My boys loved it. We'll be going back actually probably on Friday after school for a play date.
Nice.
It's a great meetup place too. If you are doing things in the summer, it's just it's fun and easy and free. It can't beat that.
Gotta love free. Yeah, I also want to make note, and we'll make sure that we have this link to share as well, but we have a summer bucket list. Carrie put together a summer bucket list. I'm personally, every summer she does it. Every summer I print it off in high hopes that I will get to some of them. I don't even think it's 100. So I'm not delusional that I will get to all 100, but certainly I'm a list person. I love seeing it all in one place and be like, okay, give that daily inspiration of like, what do we feel like doing today? Here's a whole rundown. So it is a free downloadable printable list. I know you'll love it. I personally do it and put it on our tack board, and that is what drives our free time in the summer. So we'll put that link live and get that to you guys too. But another fun thing we do in the summer is road trips, and Carrie just went on a road trip to Fort Wayne, Indiana, which you thought was phenomenal.
I thought it was phenomenal, and I was so excited yesterday. One of Sam's classmates went to the Fort Wayne Zoo over
Really?
the weekend, and they just went to the zoo and they had a great time. Because their zoo is really cool. They have 4 dedicated habitats. Each of them are like very, I don't necessarily want to say immersive, just super like lush and green and just friendly like habitat spaces to get close up with the animals, but also they have large spaces to roam. And then they have cool like rides. One is like it's a safari sky ride where you're like in the sky, like a ski lift, but you can see like the zebras and the ostriches and like the other like African animals. They have a sky rider, like high ropes course, and a toddler ropes course in the Asian area where they have the red pandas, which are of course a hit, and they have like bamboo stalks the kids can climb. The kids fed the stingray, which was like a highlight of the trip. And they have a riverboat tour that goes through the kangaroo exhibit. And then they have a train ride and farms. So they also got to feed goats. So it was just really, it was really cool. And we enjoyed it. We went to, speaking of minor league games, a tin caps baseball game. This is Indiana, so they don't have as many professional sports as we do. And they are all in on this tin cap game. And we could not help but feed into the hype. They won. It was exciting. It was exciting. High scoring game. It's a 1A team located right in their downtown, which is super walkable, right by the hotel. They did an amazing fireworks display. So just like they have a kid zone, beautiful town, lots of development. The park, they have a riverfront too. Got ice cream, walk to the playground. If you want a road trip, it is great. And on your way up, depending on where you're going, if you're coming along 75, go to Luna Pier. That's actually my road trip that I took the other day. And it's beautiful way to experience Lake Erie. Now, the Great Lakes are always on my bucket list. So Port Huron, I asked folks where they want to go this summer or what their favorite small towns were, and somebody said Port Huron. So that's on the top of my summer bucket list. They've got museums and beaches and a giant slide that looks slightly less dangerous than our giant slide here at Belle Isle. So
Which is reopening.
Which is reopening with new safety features. I don't know that I'm going to test that out. We're gonna wait for Rachel. She can give that one a go.
Yeah, I'm
So.
not. We'll see. We'll see the reaction to that and how that goes. But to end on a fun note, we have a couple things this summer that we are doing at Little Guide that we are super excited to share with you and hope that you will join us. It's our way of coming offline, getting to meet you, but also introduce our amazing vendors to everyone. And so our first event, we are doing 2 events this summer. One, we are partnering with Children's Hospital of Michigan on Saturday, June 22nd. And that is our safety day. Calling it safety day. We'll have touch-a-trucks, we'll have canine dog demonstrations, we'll have the Reptarium and Bugs on Wheels and characters. Even Doc McStuffins is coming. Doc McStuffins, Elsa of Spider-Man. And yeah, we'll have fire trucks to check out, police cars, ambulances, and a whole lot of free swag and everything. we're so excited for this. This is the first year we're doing it. It's turning out great. We have so many amazing vendors, free ice cream from Ray's Ice Cream. Everything is free that will be there. We are giving away free bike helmets. Gardner White is providing free bike helmets to the first 500 people. So yeah, it's going to be phenomenal. We're super excited. That is Saturday, June 22nd from 9 to 11. It will be located at the Children's Hospital of Michigan in Troy. That they're very colorful, beautiful building that you can see from miles away. My son calls it the Lego building, but such a cool space. So we hope you'll join us for that. We are also hosting another stroller roll event. So that is July 20th, Saturday, July 20th. And that will be at on Hines Drive at Nankin Mills in Westland. And we again, that's 9 to 11. Everything is free. We will have characters, we will have bounce houses, we will have all the things, and we hope you will join us as well. So yeah, that's what we have on our agenda for this summer. We hope to see you not only online, we certainly, and we always end this in the same way of just being so grateful for your support, for following along, watching, sharing. This past month in May, the month of May, we hit 100,000 followers on Instagram. And that is just not lost on us at all. We are so grateful that we continue to grow. And a lot of that is from you guys sharing us and supporting us. And we appreciate that. So we hope that our way of saying thank you and just our excitement to meet you in person comes by way of these in-person events. So we hope that you'll bring your families and enjoy all that we have to offer in the next 2 months. Anything else, Carrie?
No, just ready for the summer. So have fun, be safe.
Yep.
Have
Check
a
out the
swim
summer
plan.
magazine.
Yeah.
That is now live. We'll put a link to that as well. You can find it on the website at all times. But yeah, have a fun, safe summer. And we look forward to seeing you next month. See ya.